clean shit. But we got another draft. Hopefully, no banned ones.
I think they're gonna keep bans same. So.
Yeah, looks like it. Looks like it. Yeah, Sylvie, Intel, Tree, Hoopa.
Okay. All right. I still feel like Everstone's gonna gravitate towards this to this Crustle first pick, and you know, it's like we activated the time machine. Here we are.
Here we are, the hyperbolic time chamber, hyperbolic rhyme changer. Yeah, we got the Mimikyu first pick on the side of V1. That worked out very well for them in the loser side of the bracket, so maybe run a little bit of a run back and build around it. But yeah, I do like Mimikyu. Mhal played very well in that last match.
Yeah, I feel like Mimikyu is definitely one of those mons that you could really get away with answering early.
There it is.
You know, okay, Blico just locks the Duraludon instantly. All right, this is fine. You know, game one, it's okay. You know, like honestly, if anybody picks Duraludon like in a serious way, like I trust Blico on it.
Me too.
But they do have the Phalanx here and the Venusaur as well.
Oh, get to fridge, Walter.
This is a super interesting comp here from Everstone. You know, it's gonna be all dependent on what moveset the Phalanx chooses, but you know, they and if Jay sticks on this pedal build, but you know, I feel like they've got the DPS and the secure there, and honestly, a pretty solid team fight into what V1's cooking here. Finally, unleashing the cram is a lock here. So, you know, I do feel like Everstone's gonna have to really reach in to V1's backline to try to get access to this Duraludon. But V1, if they can really just you know, keep the pace and keep Everstone away, I feel like they really get away with murder here.
I mean, people like love to poop on Duraludon, but I still think it's one of the better Pokemon. I mean, you leave that thing alone for the wrong amount of time, and that objective is gone. Like, if your team's not ready for an objective, that thing can be gone in an instant. So you need to be aware of it if you're Everstone.
I've seen a Cinder and a Duraludon rip an objective in 3.5 seconds. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep.
So...
Exactly. Like you need to be ready. That's the thing. And if Everstone is caught sleeping even a little bit, Lico's gonna pull that trigger.
Yeah, without a doubt. And you know, you've got a really great burn as well to assist with the Cramorant Gapling Gulp Missile. I feel like any efforts that Everstone makes to dive this Duraludon, Lock is going to have the easiest time clicking that Unite button and really trying to punish them for walking up.
Bot side, we're going to have Mew and Dwebble go down, try to secure maybe this top Indeedee. Snorlax, though, has an amazing secure. So we'll see who's going to get the fast one. They're popping the X attack already. Duraludon and Snorlax, they are pushing right into the face of Everstone right now.
Wonderful W key energy from V1 here is going to allow them access to this neutral Altaria. Almost securing it is that Crustle. But both top sides here are really going to be looking to stop each other. Mhal, if it gets access to this level 5, is going to be really rough for Phalanx to respond. And already caught out Whaley fresh with a Pollen Puff. Nails it down. Nice pick right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely love Eldegoss into Phalanx. It's one of those things, it just slows it and slows it and slows it, and you can't walk. It's one of those kind of things that we talk about when we talk about, well, Phalanx has a lot of counterplay. That's definitely one of them.
Absolutely. Does look like V1 does catch some farm. Whaley getting access to that level up, and they're continuing to rain. Mhal is landing Shadow Claw after Shadow Claw, pops that full heal, goes in, lands a 2-man right on top, and this is going to be easy pickings here for V1.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good to start this one. A bunch of scores are raining in too, so bringing that goal down to 23 already. They pushed a lot of resources up there. They come out ahead, 64-0 so far.
Yeah, and Duraludon is a level ahead of a Mew.
Yeah.
That is That is crazy,
Yeah.
honestly. Nico's doing a great job of out-securing this Mew and handling the bottom side as V1 is handling this top side. Everstone absolutely needs to make something happen in this early game, or this roster from V1 is gonna get out of control.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, here we go. We're going to go on 69 nothing already. Version 1 also taking that central farm away from Everstone. And Snorlax is going to continually get some stacks in. We have 3 members of V1 now pushing this tier 1 goal. Is this 23 going to go in? No, it doesn't look like Locke is going to be able to get it. They're going to have to eject on away. They dive on away. They might get KO'd here, but they are going to get away living on a prayer.
Oh, so close right there from V1 and so close from Everstone. That pick was almost there, but Cram utilizing the mobility of this dive while providing the setup engage like these Hurricanes. It's absolutely making V1's job here effortless. But this Venusaur is trying to scale, almost getting multiple knockouts there. This Mew and this Phalanx cleaning things up and getting a little bit of value back for Everstone.
Yeah, it was actually pretty close. The Snorlax was able to just do enough CC to not allow that Venusaur to completely wipe that entire fight. So really strong play there by the Snorlax that we talked about earlier. Does look like Everstone, however, is going to peel towards this Regieleki. The Registeel, though, goes on the side of version 1, and they're going to try to rip this Crustle to shreds.
Oh, Whaley almost had a sneaky secure with that Cotton Spore, but unfortunately Mhal is sitting here waiting in the wings to try to stop this Everstone offense. Locke activates the Gatling Bolt missile, and that's going to be an easy cleanup. Already, though, on the bot side, it does look like Everstone is finding some value.
Yeah, they're not able to get as much value as you want because there is that Snorlax just peeking and looming to defend every little bit of push. It's just definitely one of those better true defenders of doing the job of, protecting the goals and pushing the team around. So definitely a good thing that it was, watching that, because otherwise they're going to get some big scores down bottom.
And it just looks like anything Everstone is trying to do is countered by Locke. Locke is really doing a great job of utilizing this dive to stay mobile on the map and help V1 wherever they need. But unfortunately, finally it looks like Everstone is able to break the Snorlax. They're going to make the goals rain here, and that's a 20-point overcap, Kyle.
Yeah, 100 to 126. They cut into that lead. This Phalanx is doing their best to get a lot of damage done. They go down at the hands of that Cramorant, got that boosted on it. And now Mew and Blissey are here to try to clean things up. A Mew boosted attack goes and does not quite get the KO that they are looking for. Snorlax is waiting to just pounce on somebody with that heavy slam, but no one's walking forward.
And even with the break on the bottom side, version 1 is still leaking ahead in the point game. Really great block right there from Rustic to cut off Everstone's escape. Ooh. And they're continuing the offense here. This is going to be an easy 40 bomber for Whaley to land in this top side, and V1 is not letting go of the aggression.
Oh no, these heavy slam blocks are just textbook ribbon. Every time you think, I think Everstone might be able to get in, you get a heavy slam block right in their face, and they're hitting. Rustic is definitely strong on that character. The Phalanx is able to stop that score bot side. Venusaur is going to try to push the team away. They are able to do that. However, this Regirock is still down here.
Yeah, and Nico's looking to turn and burn this, but also possibly looking to turn and burn Everstone as well, dropping the DPS. Mew's trying desperately to land something, but Mew does get the secure with that Mewsted base stick. Everstone continuing to try to get some picks here. They will find the Mimikyu, and that's a team fight turn for Everstone, continuing to get more and more XP on this Petal Dance Venusaur.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what they needed. They needed a team win on a team fight objective, something contested, and they were able to absolutely do that. I thought that for a second there, they might version 1 might have been able to steal that away. They don't really have as good of secure as Everstone, but they kind of left it on 1 HP. However, this Regieleki is going to go over. Another Mew falls a Mew Beams falls just short. That Zero Secure Mew. And now we have the Eldegoss doing some damage with that basic attack. We have also the Cram Unite came out there as well. And it's Regieleki pushing towards tier 2.
Yeah, this is gonna allow V1 plenty of time to push this tier 1 on the bot side. Galaxy's really gonna have to buy as much time as they possibly can, because that is a 17-18 right there. Liko charging the 50 bomber is gonna try to do their best to stop things, but through the Verdant Anger, Whaley is able to get that 40 bomber off Kyle. So that's both tier 1s broken with a pretty solid overcap. So V1 sitting pretty in the point game right now.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good right now. Yeah, 135, 206, 40 seconds until double time, the final stretch. And yeah, I mean, levels across the board also looking pretty strong on the side of V1.
Yeah, looking to get these last little bits of XP, trying to find level 13 for this Phalanx. They already do have access to both of their boosted moves, but they're also trying to get this Venusaur 14 as well. That is a really, really strong Petal Dance Venusaur and an absolute target that this Mimikyu is going to be looking to play with.
Yeah, both teams setting up around this Ray fight. V1 setting up in the pixel bushes, trying to get some vision, seeing exactly where Everstone is set up. Eldegoss is going to steal their side of that green berry and just kind of play conservative here. Both teams playing a little bit of a game of chicken.
Yeah, but I feel like V1's going to be plenty happy with burning time off the clock. They are 70 points in the lead, and Everstone's composition really does have to engage on them, because V1 could take this into a Rayquaza flip at any point in time.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it, right? With the Duraludon, you got the Cramorant Unite too. So a lot of Unite moves available for both sides of the team. You do have a little bit of engage. You're going to have a Solar Beam that's going to be fired into the side of version 1. Doesn't quite do a ton of damage right now, but both teams just kind of dancing around this Ray Pit. No one's really wanting to commit to the fight.
Uh-oh, Locks on a little bit of a sneaky flank here. They really could get something started here. I think Rustic's finally looking for the engage.
There we go. We got the Gatling Bolt Missile out from this Cramorant. Put the fire on the bird. And this, we have so many Unite moves getting expended. Venusaur is drawing the first KO from this, and they're going to be down. And here we go with that Grip and Rip. Here it goes. Are we going to get a secure out there? And it is. It is the Duraludon getting it. So V1 with a huge Ray fight in game number 1.
Yeah, they really got that Venusaur cut off from the rest of their team. And I really have to give Liko praise on that exact picture-perfect positioning on that Duraludon Unite. They not only caught the rest of Everstone in that ray of fire, they caught Rayquaza, they caught the Venusaur that was going down, so everybody got lit up by that Unite, and Liko was just really able to hyper carry and turn on the Ray once the numbers started turning in their favor.
You got to put the fire on the bird. That's rule 1 of playing Duraludon. If I know anything about Duraludon, that's just put it on there and hope for the best. I don't know if it was the Dragon Pulse or if it was the fire on it that got it, but either way, GG's on that one. If showing what to do with Duraludon. For sure, it was a contested Ray, but goes in the advantage of V1 side. They win game number 1, so they tie up the advantage. I guess, I don't know. I was never sure what to call this. This is game 1. Technically, it's game 1. This is the first game of the set, but there's already a 1-game advantage. So do we just call it game 2?
I say we turn a BO5 into a BO3 at this point. That's what it boils down to at the end of the day. So whoever gets the next 2 wins is gonna, be our champion. So we've just effectively got a BO3 now on our screen, and there is no bracket reset coming after this. So Everstone's really got to make the potential of these next 3 games count. Yeah,
I mean, that's for sure. And it looks like we might have a sub potentially. Because yeah, I mean, it is late. Like for me, it's like 1 a.m. So
yeah, it's getting there.
Yeah,
it's getting there. We did start a little bit late for EU's time or for East Coast time standards. So I do really
Yeah.
feel like though Everstone is putting up plenty of fight against V1.
Yeah.
Really seems to be one of those teams that is really making the correct and proper micro decisions in team fights to really keep V1 honest. I feel like V1's been really just getting away with a lot of stuff right now, and Everstone's being that one consistency of a source to really make sure that V1 lands those secures, gets the damage on the carries they need to get damage down on. Because we really just saw how hard this Venusaur was able to take off, even though it had a really strong front line to get through.
Yeah, I mean, very strong front line, but it looked really good. I mean, V1, the Mhal on the Mimikyu, it looked good once again. Yeah, I'm just like so flabbergasted by the Duraludon pick. Like everybody just is so quick to hate on the big fridge, but it did the work there. I mean, you get the contested secure, and now you got a series that's tied up and looking pretty good.
I've seen a lot. I feel like this is like the moveset that let's talk about Phalanx for a second, Kyle, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the moveset that I've been seeing the most in the competitive landscape is this Iron Head no retreat move. Because, it provides you, a way in, way out. You get the 5 head bonus damage to no pun intended, to really take advantage of any sort of CC that your teammates can provide. But I feel like it really is getting. I feel like one of its biggest problems is really getting deep into an enemy backline unless it
Mm-hmm.
gets that set up naturally, right? Or it has to burn its Unite move to really get past and get into that backline. So I feel like it is a little bit back to the drawing board for Everstone here.
Mm-hmm.
Venusaur seemed to really work out, and Phalanx had its moments to shine.
Yeah.
But, I feel like V1 really did a great job about playing around that Phalanx, though.
Yeah. I agree. And it looks like we have some bans. Teams are ready. We have the normal Leafeon Blastoise bans, but we also have the Gyarados Umbreon ban. So keeping it true, keeping it the same, and hopefully no one picks it either, because I don't want to reset again. Oh, man. And we are going into game. Well, I'm just going to call this game 3.
Yeah.
We're just going to call it game 3.
Yep, it's game 3. It's a little bit of a reset, soft reset, as some would like to say. I do really feel like Everstone had a really great plan though of keeping Liko off of this Sylveon, and planning around the pick that they do end up taking. Even though that random pick was a Duraludon in that last game. I really feel like just getting Liko off of these power picks like this Sylveon and like this Inteleon is a really great way of attacking V1 in this draft.
I mean, it didn't quite work out for them last time, so maybe Liko goes right back to the fridge, or maybe hey, I'm with Ripto here. Just first pick Dura, just throw it down, lay it on the table, and see what happens.
Yeah. Interesting first pick Eldegoss here. Mainly because I feel like this, because LD really does provide a lot of mons that have a really powerful A press, a really good value. So taking it away early from Whaley might adjust how V1 is choosing this draft, and already you see they're not picking their support.
Yeah, I mean, they're just kind of holding it back at least a little bit. They're not going to reveal their hand. They know that they want that Mimikyu, so they're just going to grab it. They knew that they wanted that Crustle. Going away from the Snorlax, I mean, I think it's fine. Rustic has played Snorlax super strong all tournament long. But they're going to go back to the Crab. And maybe a Blissey pick here from Whaley.
Okay, this does allow Locke to play any sort of speedster hyper carry, but they still have plenty of value in uniting this either this Crustle or this Mimikyu. So Whaley still does have plenty of outs in this Blissey play. It's really going to be up to Everstone, what Everstone picks here and what Locke picks here to really decide how things are going to go. Is Everstone looking at this T-Tar?
Ooh, I mean, at that point, like, what do you pick if you're gonna have to go against a T-Tar? I mean, like, Slowbro is still on the table. Like, what's the move here? How do you combat that T-Tar?
I think this is a really easy Gardevoir pick here
Ooh,
for V1. Um, I feel like that's just the best answer, but Locke also does have that Cinderace, so here we go. It's a V1 Cinderace game. I'm pumped. I love A-pressers into Tyranitar, especially A-pressers that can really keep that range and keep away from it. So as
true.
long as Locke dodges these Mew beams, they're going to go really effectively untouched in this game, and Luca's going to have to do overtime to make sure that they can reach this Cinderace because V1 has a really strong composition in protecting it.
Yeah, I agree with you though. Like, I think Cinder is a good pick. I really love Guardy into T-Tar, especially Psychic, to kind of slow it down. It just stay at arm's length, because that's like really the key with T-Tar, right? Like, you just can't let it walk up on you. And Gardevoir does a good job of, kind of slowing that down from a distance.
Yeah, and I understand not wanting to pick Gardevoir into what Everstone brings here because Luca can obviously go for that pup build and ignore a Gardevoir Moonblast, and V1 really isn't applying a lot of special attack in their composition, so, Psychic's not really that great of an option as well. So, really glad that V1, traditionally sticks to their A-presser roots here in grabbing this Cinderace, because Whaley is going to have quite an X factor in this game, dependent on who they Blissey Unite.
Absolutely. But here we go. That's why we play the game. Everstone version 1 Grand Finals game number 3. We're going to have Eldegoss and Lucario go into this top lane for the side of Everstone. We're going to take Cinder to the jungle once again.
Yeah, and once again, Mew in this bottom lane, but Liko and Rustic are really going to have to work together to make sure they land these secures outside of this Mew, because it's going to be really rough if they can't get online.
Exactly. Looks like Mimikyu is going to try to get to this Lucario, not able to quite do that. Looks like Eldegoss was not able to secure that last bit of contested neutral farm. And Blissey inching ever so closely to that evolution.
Really great secures here from Whaley is keeping this lane stabilized. I really do like that play a little bit earlier because Lucario was obviously looking to stack. So Whaley immediately burns that top or that bottom little corner in DD. So all Lucario is really able to do is get that one stack and get out. So it keeps them also from level 5 here as well. And Mhal is closely to it as well. It's gonna be a big fight.
Yeah, 4 people up top here for Everstone. Looks like a majority of the farm and advantage goes over to them as well. Nice job by Eldegoss to keep that Lucario healthy. Big Psyshock, again, another thing to note is Psyshock on that Espeon almost took out that Mew.
Oh, that's really close. V1's definitely wiping the sweat off of their... Everstone is wiping the sweat off their brows, because that could have gone really bad, especially if that Lucario goes down. I feel like that just gives V1 the perfect opportunity to keep the pressure on. But Everstone's keeping V1 honest and keeping things pretty even in this early game.
Yeah, Mimikyu is doing a ton of damage onto this Lucario. Eldegoss saving the day with a nicely placed Pollen Puff. 8-minute Altaria family in the central area. A lot of it going over to the side of Everstone.
Yeah, they're getting plenty of experience for this T-Tar, already inching to level 8 before the 220. More scrapping breaking out here, but I don't think anybody's going to go down. Just trading damage before the 720 birds farm up. Liko's got plenty of damage on this level 6 Espeon as well. So it's playing a game of poke right now. Both teams are.
Yeah, 720 birds up in here, and 4 members of each team. Actually, Cinderace peeling back towards their jungle, but a lot of it does go over to the side of version 1. The secures by that Espeon Psyshock are massive, but a big Scald does some damage and slows down that Crustle from getting to, wall off the targets that they want to. Shadow Snake does connect on Lucario. They do teleport onto it and mark it, but Lucario is going to flip the script eject button into the face of Molinaki and takes him down.
Yeah, and V1's keeping the aggression on the bottom side as well. The Espeon finds another secure Kyle, and V1 definitely going to be keeping the offensive going here. Everstone having to run for the hills. This T-Tar is level 9 though. Not quite exactly sure if this is something that V1 wants to push, but they've already got it isolated off the pad.
Yeah, Psychic Solaire is going to knock up the team. T-Tar goes down, and Mew is going to be the next target. It is Cinderace cleaning that up. And holy cow, just like this, the A presses go so hard. Eldegoss is going to not be able to get in and stay in that fight because they were living very dangerously low. And whew, yeah, version 1 probably takes the best of that part, but it does look like Everstone is going to be able to clean up this Regieleki. Lucario still able to get some value up there.
Yeah, Block's got plenty of XP off of that bottom lane engagement, though. Already 10.5. This Lucario is going to desperately try to do something to push this Regieleki in, and it does go in. T-Tar is going to be able to pop their Unite, and they'll have the security of that score unless things get dangerous. Play With Me is already immediately used, but no, the T-Tar is not able to find a knockout or the score, Kyle.
That was criminal, not being able to get the score there. Mew's going to try to surf on in, surfs up, they go in, and then the cheeky Unite move to get them back to home base without getting KO. They do their job, they break the goal, and that was a little cheeky there. I like that.
Yeah, but V1's definitely going to keep the pressure on. They do get back in time to take out the supporting cast of V1. Everyone else is going to turn to the hills, but Locke's been farming the enemy jungle that entire time. That's going to be really great XP that they're going to want to get away from this T-Tar.
Yeah, they're already level 12. Mimikyu is going to be going down here, and that's a big bit of catch-up XP for the side of Everstone, who desperately needed something. But look at this. Cinderace is going to do exactly what you want a Cinderace do and rip that objective. Everstone has no answer to that right now. They weren't even in the same zip code.
Yeah, Everstone was too busy cleaning up their dots, and V1 took plenty advantage of that. Everstone still looking to scale at the moment because this T-Tar is slightly falling behind the Cinderace, and they need to get ahead if they're gonna want to tear through the rest of this roster.
Yeah, some A presses into Lucario. Lucario smartly and wisely walks away. T-Tar tries to use the Sand Tomb to drag some of the side of V1 in, but it's unsuccessful. Russell looking in the wings, maybe for a sneaky catch here.
Yeah, they're gonna burn this Regieleki on the top side and probably look to use some of these Unites to push a pad. This could be a big moment here for either team as the Slow Beam and the Cotton Cloud Crash are already dropped and the team fight's already breaking out.
Yeah, there's no follow-up, unfortunately, for that Slowbro, but there we go. Blazing Bicycle Kick is going to try to go on into this T-Tar, and Locke again, 1v1ing this T-Tar. Like you said, it's been a kind of a combo that we wanted to kind of look out for, and that Blaze Kick is looking very strong.
Oh, it's going to be very close. Locke is going to be able to A-press away just in time, and Mhal is going to be here with the assist after cleaning up the rest of Everstone. V1 already looking to put more aggression on, but Rustic is caught out. That Regieleki did go walk into the tier 2 pad on the top side, and while that engagement was initially starting, Liko was able to sneak 30 points into the bottom side. So evening things out, V1 still is in the point lead.
Yeah, 164-105 here, 1 minute left till the final stretch, and not only that, Ribbon, we do have a basement Reggie that's going to be spawning in the next 10 seconds, and it seems like version 1 is going to be there to be there and ready for it.
Yeah, this XP that this basement Reggie will provide, no matter what it is, will probably get Liko to level 13 here. Rustic is just buying time for the rest of V1 to burn this objective. They are going to get that Regirock. Liko is going to be very, very close to 13, and that is already such a powerful Cinderace right there.
Yeah, level 14, and defensive buff to the team is going to be huge. And not only that, but they catch that Eldegoss out of position. Eldegoss will be back in time for this Rayquaza, but just another bit of XP over to the side of V1, who's already looking pretty good.
Yeah, and with both of these tier 1 pads still up for both sides. I feel like the advantage here is for V1. They're definitely going to want to keep this fight on the bottom side. Locke's already positioning the Rayquaza to get burned.
I mean, this Rayquaza is going to be going down. Are they going to just go ahead and finish it here? No. It looks like the rest of the team for Everstone is going to try to come on in. This is a rip angle. Who's going to get the secure? It is Cinderace. Locke with the secure, and then 3 members of Everstone make it 4, and it's a clean sweep, and we are going to be going into game number 4. 2-1 Everstone, or 2-1 V1.
Yeah, V1 made that team fight and that Rayquaza rip happen in the flip of a second. Really just a great team fighting from V1 right there, and a really predictive use of that blazing bicycle kick there from Locke to make sure that they are the ones getting the secure. It was really dangerous though, because T-Tar was plenty hitting that Rayquaza, but they did get CC'd in the moment, so V1 coming out on top.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good. The salty run back, they get 2-0'd, and they win the first 2 games of this set. Obviously, Everstone having that 1 game advantage coming from the winner side of it, but looking good all around. 75k damage by Locke. I mean, we talked about it. You talked about it. You said this is going to be a great pick, especially if they're able to dance around the T-Tar. Call them Fred Astaire, because they were dancing all night.
Yeah, and I feel like Locke only taking a 19k is a clear testament to how much they were able to do there. Liko taking even less damage, honestly, and even on like a Psychic or excuse me, a Psyshock, Psybeam Espeon, they gotta get really close to land that to land those moves. So I feel like it was just really great team fight micro right there from V1, and allowing them to really